Hi guys. Okay, so today's video is going to be about palettes, all sorts of different kinds of palettes. I think I've got pretty much every palette that's out there right now. So I'm doing this video, it's very late obviously because the lighting is terrible, but I wanted to do this video for you guys and just kind of tell you a little bit about my perspective on some of these palettes that are out right now. There's contour palettes, there's highlight palettes, there's all sorts of different kinds of palettes. So I have high end, I've got a little bit more on the lower end spectrum. Everything that's out there, I mean, there's a lot of reviews, it's all over the tube. But these are some of the palettes that I have grown to love. Some are great, some are not so great. And just kind of the perspective I have on it. Being a fair skinned, it's really hard to find a palette that really does everything you want it to do and more, you know, because you want to buy something, you're going to invest in it, you really want it to perform for you. So I figure, why don't I do a review on some of these? Why don't we get to it? Start with the Anastasia kit, contour kit, and then we'll go into the Kat Von D. I've got both of them here. I've tried both of them. I like some of the shades. I'm not so crazy about some of the shades as well. This bang is driving me crazy. Okay, you know what? This is ridiculous. Is this not like so crazy? Okay. So if you want to see a bang tutorial, because I will be happily cutting my bangs here soon, if you'd like to see how I do it, I can post that up. Just let me know. Put it in the comments below. Because this is driving me nuts. I hate it. I'm done. I'm over it. So this is the Anastasia palette. You've probably seen this all over the tube again. This is actually a really great palette for... of all things, doing my eye makeup. That's what I'm wearing today. I did my entire eye makeup look with this. I don't really go to this very much when I'm doing my contour. I'd rather use something else. I really love, if I can show you, this shade right here for a highlight. I'll use this one in my inner crease and this one on my brow bone. I really love this palette for, love this one for contouring the eye. Really giving it just a natural look, doing eyeliner and going, something that you can wear every single day. That's what I really love this palette for. I don't use it for contour, which of all things, I mean, it is what it is, but I mean, $40 is a lot of money to be paying for an eyeshadow palette when you get six shadows. So this one wouldn't be my go-to, and it is not my go-to when I do my contour. So a lot of the time, especially with this palette, I feel like this one in the middle here is really tough to kind of pick up any pigment. I don't know what the remedy for that would be. I mean, you can't really see much pigment right there. I mean, it's really, and I really had to, you know, go in and try to pick that up. I would say pass on that one. I also have the Kat Von D that everybody loves on the tube. They use this constantly. This is what it looks like. This is the light one. It's got all the shades in the back. I actually am kind of on the fence still. I've been using it for about a month. I've been using it all March because I got it for my birthday. And I love the highlight colors. The contour colors are a little bit too warm for me for being as light as I am. Probably I would like this a little bit more if I had a tan going, or if I was fake tanning, or whatever you want to call it. I'd probably like this just a little bit more. So I'd probably like this or use this a lot more if it actually was a little bit more tailored to fair-skinned people, which it's not. It's more for people who do fake bake, people who do, you know, have a little bit more of a tan, but because I'm so light, it really comes up more orange on my skin tone. But I do like the highlight colors. I use these again for my eyes. This is a wonderful transition color. This one's awesome. But I can tell you this much, for the amount of money you're paying for these, I don't really feel like they do as or perform as well as they should. And I expect a lot of my product. If I'm going to spend my hard-earned money on these, I want them to perform, you know. And these are really chalky, actually. These ones, the contours here really are chalky. Whenever I put my brush into it, I feel like there's a ton of fallout. And I feel like I'm always tapping off my brush of all the excess. So on Anastasia, I can't get enough product onto the brush, and this one I get too much. So it's really, I mean, I would rather do a single of the Chocolate Soleil from Too Faced any day of the week than use one of these. I mean, I use, really? Stop. I really use more of those palettes for my eyes. And honestly, living up to the hype, I'm not impressed. I mean, I'm just not. I wish I would have saved my money, but I really obviously had to do, you know, my own research and see if I was going to love them. And all the hype they've gotten on the tube, I'm just not impressed. Let's go ahead and talk about highlighter palettes. These are being a lot more popular after the contour palettes have come up. I feel like a lot of people have been talking about these on the tube as well. That's what I like to call it, the tube. So I feel like these contour palettes have now started a trend with these highlight palettes. So first the contour, now the highlight. So we've got them. I've got a ton of them, and you know, I really wanted to try all of them to kind of give you a fair shot of what I think is really, really good. Things I think that you can probably get for cheaper, or you could get a single instead. The highlighting palette that I most reach for, which it's the Radiance one from Makeup Revolution. This one I actually pull more often than not, usually. If I'm going to be using, I really love this color here. If I'm going to be using this for an everyday look or something like that, I usually use this one, and it looks like this. They're really, really creamy. I feel like I get a lot of pigment for very little effort. The brush really picks up that product. These ones are really, really nice, and I feel like they are dupes for maybe the Hourglass. I definitely would probably go towards the Makeup Revolution one more than the Hourglass one, but I'll show you both. They look like this. I like the Hourglass one, don't get me wrong. I actually paid a pretty penny for it, so I feel like I really do need to use it. I love this palette. I think it's beautiful. I think that it really does give you a really beautiful glowing look from within. I just don't grab this as often as I thought I would. I thought I would grab this every look every single day, and that's really not the case. I feel like the Makeup Revolution Radiance palette is the one that I pick up all the time. I don't know. These ones are pretty creamy, which is good. Like right here. It's beautiful. It's got a lot of pigment to it. It works really well. I just don't pick this up very often. I know that a lot of the very famous YouTubers, Jaclyn Hill, and some of the other girls have used these and rave about them, love them, use them all the time. I just am kind of wishy-washy with it. I don't know, maybe it's my skin tone. You know, again, that's probably what my problem is my skin tone. Again, if you have a dark undertone, or if you've got more of like an olivey undertone, I feel like you get so much more out of these palettes than somebody like me. So that could be it too. But not only do I really love the palettes from Makeup Revolution, there's also another one that I didn't think I was going to like as much as I do because it's a little gimmicky, but I actually ended up loving this palette. And this one's the Too Faced No Filter Selfie Powders. I actually really, really love this palette. It's really, really ridiculous, and it's totally just, it's weird, but I love this one. They've got the purple, the brown, and the yellow. And it's funny, I use the yellow, probably, you can tell that I've used them. I love them. But I actually really like the yellow one. I tend to use that because it takes out some of my redness, and it really doesn't have like a glitter or it's more of a sheen than anything, but it doesn't make me look like I'm greasy. I have a real big problem with feeling like I have an oily T-zone and I'm really shiny and I look like a bulldog. I hate that. And these really kind of calm that down just a little bit, and I feel like I get a lot of wear out of these. I took a few pictures and put it on my Instagram when I was, you know, in midst of using these, and the pictures really came out beautiful. And I didn't know if I was seeing things, but I feel like I really did see a legitimate difference. I feel like it really, when the flash hit my face or hit my skin, it kind of blew it out so that it, you know, softened some of the fine lines, some of, you know, the imperfections that I do have. I feel like this really did the trick. And it's funny to me because that's something that I never thought in a million years I would actually care like enough about to talk about. And it's funny because I used one color, like the purple one day, and then I used the yellow another day, and then I mix them together and I put them all over my face because I really feel like these are gimmicky, but I feel like they actually work. So, I mean, that's just my opinion. And again, it probably is something that might be in my head, but I feel like it does blur out my imperfections and gives me a really flawless look. So I will continue to use these. And I mean, other than that, that's really all there is. I don't really have much else to talk about. Hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully you guys feel like, you know, I'm giving you honest reviews, because honestly, I bought all this stuff with my own money. I haven't, you know, received anything. This is all just my own opinion. And I say this is definitely something how I'm feeling because I've used the product, I've tried the product. If you want to see any kind of tutorials on these, or if you have any questions, please let me know. Put it in the bar below, and thumbs up this video if you like this. If you want to see more things review-wise about palettes, or, you know, mascaras, or, you know, eyeliners, or whatever, let me know. I would love to do that for you guys. Love you guys. Thank you so much for the love and support, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.